2021, baby. This our time. This our time. Football sports. The street. This our time. This our time. Yeah. This our time. Football sports.
Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Footnote Sports Stream. Today, I'm excited to have with me two fine gentlemen in the studio with me. But before I introduce them, viewers, this Footnote Sports Stream, and we always bring you the real analysis. Viewers, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video, you will get notified. Okay, to my guest, on my left, I have with me Abeku. Hello Abeku, how are you doing?
I'm good. What about you?
Oh, I'm blessed. Oh, and on my right, I have with me Ben. Hello Ben, how are you doing?
Let me see. I'm good, and you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Okay, so viewers, today we are going to give you just the real analysis about the Champions League. Just a couple of days ago, they played Champions League and the week was fantastic. So I have with me two fine gentlemen, Abetu and Ben, to give us the real analysis, the in-depth analysis of what happened in the Champions League. So first, I'm going to ask them their perception of how they saw the game. Okay, starting with Ben. Ben, how did you see the Champions League?
I would say thank you for the opportunity. It was a wonderful week. We enjoyed the games, but unfortunately for me, I did not have a good week because my team lost to Juventus. Chelsea lost to Juventus, so you could see that I didn't have a good week. But the same, it was a good week because we saw other teams also progressed very well. Man United won at the 95th minute. They won. You get it. So it was good for them. Liverpool also just walked over Porto, so it was good for them. But unfortunately, while Chelsea was suffering, Madrid was also being disgraced. So it was like that week, that day, didn't go well for some big teams, but went well for some other teams. So probably that is my take.
All right, Ben.
Okay. So for now,
so US, Chelsea. How is it for them? Okay, so now let's go to Abeku. Abeku, how did you see the Champions League?
Like this Champions League was so very tough, and I'll talk about one big game. We call it the Oil El Clasico. That's Manchester City against PSG, and you find out that Messi showed that he is Messi, and it was a fantastic game despite Man City having a lot of possessions and a lot of chances, but PSG took their opportunities and scored 2 goals. Yeah, and also talk about Liverpool, we just walked over FC Porto, and like basically Porto has always been a walkover for us, so it wasn't anything different.
But they are not that cheap.
Yes, but and I also talk about Madrid. It was very surprising because this team, this is their first time qualifying for Champions League, and they have 6 points, and it's looking like they are going out of the group like successful.
Okay, so viewers, we are going to take it one by one. So that was just by the way, but let's take it from Real Madrid. So how did you see Real Madrid's game? I know you are a passionate Real Madrid fan. So
yeah, I have a love for Real Madrid. That one you can't take it away. But it looks like anytime Ancelotti takes over Madrid, our attack becomes very efficient. We score more goals, but we concede a lot. So in his last reign, you could see that Madrid had a lot of trophies, but if you look at the goals we conceded, it was too much. In his second reign as well too, you could see Madrid is scoring, Benzema has improved, Vinicius has improved, but still, the defense is leaking every day. The pair is not really working, the central pair is not really working. Nacho, the new guy from Bayern, Alaba, and this guy Militao, it's not really working for the manager. They just consider anyhow. You can see the goals that Sheriff scored. They were preventable goals, but still Madrid considered and we lost. in Bernabeu. Can you imagine?
But at this point, is it clear that you are missing Ramos?
Probably we shouldn't have let Varane leave, even if Ramos was leaving because of he did not reduce his wage, because the club said he should reduce the wage so that they could sign him, but he said no, so probably he would have left. But Varane, we should not have let him go to United when we knew that we don't have experienced defenders, because for not relying on Nacho and Militao for the rest of the season, if we Casemiro and this Uruguayan guy Valverde do not up their game and defend them, trust me, we will score 10, we will concede 8. Because seriously, our defense is really leaking.
Okay. So enough said about Real Madrid. Let's look at Barcelona. So, bro, what happened to Barcelona?
I think with Barcelona, they approached the game wrongly because they were trying to practice or play for the first time with 3 back. And it looked like it didn't really work. They wanted to try a new system, but like it was a very bad game for them. And I'm very sorry for the coach. I'm very sorry for the players, especially Memphis, because it looked like he has to carry the team forward, and it's not really working. And I think that's very sad for them.
Okay. So viewers, it's not working for both Madrid and Barcelona. Let's look at Chelsea. Chelsea and Juventus. What a wonderful game, but it didn't went well for Tuchel. So let's ask the Chelsea fan what he has to say.
We lost the game, but we played a good game. Although the challenge with Chelsea now is the consistency when it comes to how we press our opponents. Same happened in first half against Tottenham. So when the coach saw that, he introduced Kante, and then they began to press them. Same happened in Juventus. Throughout the 90 minutes, you could see that we were possessing, but no sense of agency. Lacking creativity in the midfield. We would just pass the ball, get to the defense of Juve, we take the ball and then run against us. And sometimes, this Juve is a bad team. So if you give them a small chance, they're going to take. And Chiesa is one of the players who is though his team is not performing, but you can see that individually, he's a good player. He's performing. So you don't leave such players to chance. They will take.
But let's look at this. You see, before the match, Conte said something. He said Tuchel is not using Lukaku the way like he's supposed to use him. What do you say about that?
Probably, players adapt. The style of Conte is different from that of Tuchel. So Lukaku has to adapt. When he came and then for the first 3 games was scoring, nobody complained. But when they lost the last 2 games, people are complaining. Well, the first 2 games, did he adapt? Yes, he adapted, but it just did not go well for the team. For the last 2 games, not necessarily that he is not being, because he still counts for the ball, because the last 2 games, he gave an assist. Takes on the ball, other players come, he releases, sometimes scores and also gives assist. It was working. But because Chelsea lost for the last 2 games, that is why people are coming out to say that Lukaku is not being used. When a team loses, we have a lot of reasons to give up for the loss of a team. You get it? Okay. I believe that this weekend he's going to score.
Okay. So we hope Lukaku will do that. It's magical attack. Oh, do you have something?
I'm for that particular match, I was expecting Chelsea to win because looking at Juventus, they have a lot of players on injuries. The likes of Dybala, the likes of Morata. So I was very disappointed how the game turned out because I was expecting Chelsea to do more because Chelsea has a very compact team, and I think with the way they are using their striker Lukaku. I think there's a problem. Because looking at Lukaku at Inter Milan, playing Lautaro and Lukaku, so Lautaro makes a lot of run for Lukaku to be free, but he's not getting that support.
But I think Tuchel was trying to adapt that situation because that is why he introduced Timo Werner, because he has that kind of pace. But it seems like it's not working out with Timo and Lukaku because he has used him twice.
You see, we are talking about once Lautaro was efficient, it created spaces for Lukaku. But Timo, he's going to run with the ball. Sometimes he will leave the ball behind. You get it. So it's about when Kovacic is on top of his game. Lukaku gets chances.
Yeah.
When Mount is on top of his game, Lukaku, because they send the ball to him.
You see, there is this problem with Mount because Mount is a bit selfish.
Yeah.
I think that is why he's introducing team.
Yeah, sometimes most of all players are selfish in some way. So you could say that, but I believe that when there's a chance for Mount to lay for Lukaku, he would.
Okay. All right. So enough said about Chelsea's game. Let's look at Liverpool. Liverpool did extremely well, and I'm fortunate enough to have Abeku here with me in the studio. So as a Liverpool fan, let's hear from his side.
Oh yes.
How many times am I going to say this? Footnote.
Game. We control the game totally. We dominated them. So we're all about so with the pitch, with the possession, and with the game. So it was an easy game. Like it was easy game for us, and I really I'll say congratulations to Firmino for scoring the 2 goals to bring up the confidence back.
Okay, so do you have something to say?
Yeah, probably Porto did not set up their defense well, and they missed the likes of Pepe.
Yeah.
They really missed him because you could see that 3 of Liverpool's goals were just tapping. Like they should clear their lines, but they refused. And when you're playing with a team with 3 attackers who can score from any point, you don't just make those mistakes. Salah, Mane, Firmino, they would score at any time. So you don't just first goal, Salah just a defender couldn't clear, tap in. Second goal, Mane, tap in. Look at the keeper's error to Firmino, and then Rand could not clear the lines. So you don't make those mistakes. But once Pepe was missing, there was no leadership at the back of Porto.
That is one thing I've been very keen about, because you see, if you have a team and your defensive, that is the last man, the commander, is not around to shape the defense, then you could see, especially Chelsea now is trying to fix it, because if in the absence of Silva, you could see Christensen is trying to build up his confidence a little bit. So I think that is the problem Porto had. That is why it happened that way. Okay, so we are going to move from Liverpool to Manchester United. They did winning 2-1. So I think let's see how
it's Sevilla who let themselves down. It's Sevilla because you can't. Yes, you are playing a game and you know there's a goal poacher in the game. Ronaldo, in the person of Ronaldo, you don't just leave anything to chance. When a minute you can go back at the point and you allow yourself to concede. When you're playing with Ronaldo, you don't just give him space. Anywhere he stands, he can score. So for United, they were lucky. They were lucky that they have Ronaldo, but you can't keep on doing or putting up such performances, because you may meet a team that is superior in everything and they may walk over United. So United tried and made a win out of their situation, but then this kind of performances will not take them anywhere.
But you see, you could see in the Premier League, their consistency is not that encouraging. But even their first game in Champions League, they didn't win.
Yes.
And now they are second. And I don't know what happened that Villarreal gave them that chance to just outsmart them.
Probably they also tried pressuring very well. The last 10-15 minutes, United was making efforts to get a win. And once Villarreal were sitting back and defending, automatically you have Ronaldo, and any result that comes, he will score for you. So
okay. So what is your view about Manchester?
I think Manchester still have problems, and they need to really take control over the game, because, for instance, I believe Villarreal should have scored Manchester by 6 even in the first half. Like if they met a very prolific strikers, they would have gone down, and then they wouldn't have even been able to even get a draw. So I think for that particular match, I blame Villarreal for not taking their chances. And Ronaldo is always Ronaldo, and he once again showed his presence on the field, and he won the game for them.
So, earlier on you were making a reference to PSG.
Yeah.
So I want you to just give us a breakdown on that. Now, just take us into the game, the PSG and City's game.
With the PSG game, I would say big thumbs to the goalkeeper.
Donnarumma.
Yeah, Donnarumma did a very excellent job. And from the back, Kempembe were trying to organize the shape. Yeah, to keep the shape intact. And Ghana Gate also did a very good job roaming about in the at the midfield, taking all the loose balls. Verratti showed up to the game, and Mbappe showed up to the game. Neymar showed up, and Messi did what he usually do. You know, so it was a very good game for PSG. When it comes to the side of Manchester City, they didn't play like badly. They also played their normal game, controlling the ball, making passes, running to spaces, creating chances. But I think at the end of the day, they couldn't get the goals, and I think they definitely need a striker. So I think next summer they need to really spend money on Harry Kane and get him in the team.
Okay, so before I come back to you, viewers, if you're watching on this Footnote Sports Stream, and we present to you the real analysis. And viewers, if you are watching that and you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Okay, so back to Ben. Ben, about PSG and Man City's game, what do you have to say about it?
I will continue from where Kingsley ended. I believe that Man City needs a real striker. Pep has been known for playing without strikers, but not all matches that you are going to walk over. At a point in time, you need somebody who's a typical striker who does not think and scores. Because if they had a striker, they would have scored PSG. They created chances, but then who to convert at the last point becomes a challenge. You get it, and you are playing with Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. Against Ruben Diaz and his guys. It's not that easy to contain them. Even though I believe that PSG's performance was not up to the optimum, they could also do better, because you could see that they were struggling in the midfield and in the defense they were struggling. If City were really finishing their chances, they would have had a point from that game. I believe PSG should also up their game, because you have this galaxy of stars, and I'm just waiting for a day that Ramos will play for PSG. I'm just waiting.
Okay, so we are just waiting to see Ramos, the almighty Ramos, to be on the field and give us that kind of tackles and all the skirmishes he has been doing at the back there. But viewers, before we move to the Premier League, I just want to tell you that I have with me Abeku and Ben in the studio with me. So this Footnote Sports Stream, and if you're watching us and you are new to this channel, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Okay, so let's go to the Premier League. So we are going to week 7 of the Premier League. Yeah. And last week we had a fantastic play. We had some nice Premier League time. But this week, let's look at this week. Just a quick preview about the coming week. You know, today we have a couple of matches to play. So I'm going to start with your team, Chelsea.
Chelsea will play against Southampton, and I am expecting a win, because if Tuchel and his men loses this game or even gets a draw, it's not good for us. You know, this title, this year I believe that the last 2 matches will decide who will win the title. So we cannot. We lost points against Liverpool. We've lost points against Man City. It's enough. If we really want to be contenders, teams like Southampton, I know that they are also a pressing team, because their last match against United was so brilliant. You get it. So I expect nothing but a win for Chelsea. Other than that, our title challenge will be difficult. Yes, because now we've played almost all the big teams: Arsenal, City, Tottenham, and then Liverpool. We are left only United. So for now, so that November, we should be able to win all the matches. You get it? And I believe that the way United is playing, if they don't change, when we meet them, we will beat them. Yeah, we will beat them. Yeah, in the game.
What do you have to say about it?
I think this should be a very perfect 3 points, 3.3 goals for Chelsea. if they are not able to win, it will be a very it will be a very difficult title race for them, because Southampton has only 2 points. They are not really performing well, so I think it should be a walkover game for Chelsea.
Yeah. Okay, so a walkover game for Chelsea. Now let's look at Liverpool. Do you know your previous match wasn't that good?
Yeah.
Because you played with Brentford and you guys draw 3-3, right?
Yeah.
So looking up to this coming week, what do you expect?
We all know that Chelsea, Manchester City, Liverpool is a big game. It's a big game over the past 3 years, over the past 4 years. It's shown a lot of qualities, because talking about De Bruyne, talking about this guy, Bernardo Silva. I think Bale is going to be. This is the first time Bale is going to play. Yeah, so it's going to be a cracker. So we should expect more more goals, quality passes, good saves from the the best 2 goalkeepers in this world.
No, for now it's Eduardo Mendy. Now it's Eduardo Mendy.
No, it's not Eduardo Mendy. For now, I'm talking about quality. It is not about for now. We are talking about consistency.
Eduardo is
quality.
Yeah, so I will trust me. I will choose Alisson and Edison over Eduardo. So I think that's not too much. Yeah, we can debate it, all right, but from my view, I think Alisson and Edison is one of the best goalkeepers we have in this world. So it's going to be a tough game on Sunday evening. Yeah, so Anfield will be explained.
Okay, viewers, now there's this thing we are going to wait for you to comment about the best goalkeeper now between Mendy and Alisson of Liverpool. Mendy of Chelsea and Alisson of Liverpool. So we leave it up to you to tell us who is the best for you. So what do you have to say about Liverpool?
Liverpool, they have a good squad now. Now they don't have injury players again. Now they have almost all their players back. Their bench is good. You have a good starting 11, and I don't expect anything but a good football tonight. It should be cracker. You get it?
Yeah.
And I expect more goals, because when Liverpool and City meet, there are a lot of goals. So, but for me, viewers, today I want to be a little biased because I'm a Chelsea fan. I expect City and Liverpool to play a draw game. Yes, even if goals will come in, both of them should score maybe 2-2, 1-1, then they get 1-1 points, so that I know Chelsea are going to win over Southampton. Then we leapfrog, So I'm expecting a good game, but I'm praying for a draw game for both City and Liverpool. Nobody should win,
All right.
People come.
All right, so viewers, you see how biased it is.
I want to be biased today.
So, but let's not forget we have a big game between Manchester United and Everton.
Yeah.
Let's put it on the grounds now. Let's talk about it. Starting with Ben, let's take it.
I believe that Everton is playing well, but at Old Trafford, expect a win for United. Expect a win. Unless United has a problem with consistency these days. So sometimes you even if you want to put something online for them, you are careful. You don't know the kind of game they are going to play. But if everything should take order, United should win and should win massively over Everton, because they have the stars, they have the players, and you have almighty Ronaldo also in front of them. So you should expect a win for United. If Everton is supposed to get a point or snatch a win, like what Aston Villa went there to do, then United really has a problem to deal with. But I expect nothing but a win for United.
Okay. Abi, how about you?
I think Manchester United fans shouldn't underrate this game. It's a very important game because looking at the side of Everton, looking at their bench, we have Rafael Benitez, a very experienced coach of all standard, as compared to Ole. Looking at the bench of Manchester United, so even looking at the game, it's going to be a mismatch for Manchester United. But we always say home support counts, and the sound like and the voices of the fans will be very loud. But for me, I think it's going to end up in a draw or Everton winning narrowly.
Ooh.
Do you believe that?
Oh, well, anything can happen in football. So sometimes you can just. Well, I believe that this match would depend on the United midfield and the supply they take to Ronaldo. Yeah, because Everton has also Allen and Abdullah Diakori in their midfield, and Abdullah is really on top of his game now. He can run the whole 90 minutes. If the midfielders of United do not have their game, they might find themselves wanting. Some of these games you should win and win well. If you struggle, and at the end of the day, you wait for last minute before Ronaldo show up. Not every day that telling you come to the party.
Yeah, but they've been struggling.
But I expect them to win.
And remember that they've lost their captain, Maguire.
So to be Varane and Lindelof.
Yeah, and that's not a very solid pair. It's not a very solid pair. And
that United should do something. They should.
But let's remember informed Townsend, the free agent player, and he's doing marvelous. I think scored contributed in goals around 7 goals in 6 matches. Yeah, so he's on fire. I think they should. I think one downside is Richard. I think Calvert-Lewin and
today I probably Randall would start the attacking for them. Randall.
Alright, so viewers, if you're watching us, this is Footnotes Sports Street, and we present to you the real analysis. So before we draw the curtains, I'm going to leave it up to my guests to give us their final words. Then we draw the curtains. So up to Ben.
Oh, viewers, I believe that this week we are going to enjoy a fantastic week. Chelsea fans, we are going to win. So just have a belief in the team. We are going to win. And as I said, we are just praying that those who are slightly ahead of us will drop so that we take over. And next week we will meet, and then we'll be celebrating the victories of Chelsea. Thank you.
Alright, so as you said, Chelsea fans, just take your wine and sit, relax, and watch this game. Okay, so Abegu, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I think my final words is going to be to the Liverpool fans. You will never walk alone, and we are not going to walk alone this weekend. We are going to walk. We are going to walk with 3 points, and we are going to continue. We are going to maintain our standings, and I think it should be a very wonderful week. Yeah, it should be a wonderful week, and I'm sure by Sunday evening, the table will not change from Liverpool's perspective.
This week you walk alone.
Alright, so viewers, Liverpool fans, your real fan here said, you are not going to walk alone. So let's see what happens. So viewers, on Monday, I still have these 2 guests in the studio with me, Footnote Sports Stream, and we'll bring you the real analysis. We'll bring you wouldn't get the best from anywhere. Footnote Sports Stream, we will give you the best. Anyway, if you're watching us, this William Afro Jima presenting to you, and I'm hosting Footnote Sports Stream. And please, if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video, you will get notified. Okay, so viewers, thank you for watching and peace out.